At Hodgson, we offer two options in computer science and IT. We offer a GCSE in computer science and a BTEC in digital information technology. Both are taught over 3 years by Mr. Huntbatch, me, but the content and assessment are quite different. I've made the following presentation to try to explain the differences between the options that we offer. See, there are two options that we offer, and you can see them on the left-hand side of the screen here. We offer the OCR GCSE Computer Science and the BTEC Digital Information Technology. I'll go into a little bit more detail, the differences between those as I go through the little cogs on my lovely centerpiece there. We'll go through each one of those points, and hopefully by the end of it I'll have answered your questions. We'll try to do that within 5 minutes. So I'm going to speak quite quickly. Unless you're being forced to watch this in form, please feel free to fast forward and rewind at your pleasure. If you are being forced to watch it in form, I apologise. So let's have a look. This is why we might choose computer science or IT in general. Technology is embedded in every aspect of our lives. Computer science is being used to solve many of the world's biggest problems. It's not a subject where we just learn something in an abstract way. The skills that you learn in computer science can affect so many different areas of what's happening in the world. It is ubiquitous. That's a good word. So some stats here on why you might choose our subject. The UK median annual salary for computer science and IT workers is £55,000. That is considerably over the average, which I think is somewhere around the 30 grand mark at the moment. So it's a considerable boost on that. As you can see, the growth is heading upwards and has been doing for quite some time. Slightly out of date, 2018, the last one on there, but still you can see in the UK that IT and computing jobs are on the way up. That's a big reason to choose my subject at GCSE. Growth in the sector is predicted to continue to grow. It's on the up and it is only increasing. I'm not trying to sell it to you too hard, guys. You've been in the lessons, you know the sorts of things that we do. But there are a lot of skills and qualities that you can pick up by studying computer science and ICT. Teamwork, technical ability, problem solving, big part of computer science. Very, very heavily rely on problem solving as part of our programming. Organisation, creativity. You may not think that, but there is quite the opportunity for creativity. Attention to detail for certain, and analytics, being able to collect and examine information, arrive at a solution, making informed decisions. Numeracy, you don't have to be brilliant at maths to do computer science, but it helps. Okay. Communication, giving speeches, presentations, you may need to do this during IT or computer science. And again, these are skills that you can develop during the course. So what's actually on the course? This is the course content for GCSE Computer Science, and you can see it's broken down into sort of two sections. So the section on the left is what I would call paper 1. We'll talk about the assessment later, but these 1.1 to 1.6 sort of fit together. This, I guess, is the theory side of things. So you'll learn about the CPU and how it works with RAM. You'll learn about memory and storage. You'll learn about networks, network security, systems software. You'll look at the ethical, legal, cultural, and environmental impacts of IT. And that's an area that's often missed in a lot of courses. It's good that that's still on the GCSE. At the other side, we've got the more practical side of things. So the sort of more programming paper, broken up into algorithms, programming fundamentals, producing robust programs, Boolean logic, and programming languages and IDEs. Okay, and those both make up the whole course in terms of assessment. Again, we'll talk about that later. There is, in addition to that, a practical programming aspect. So at some point during the course, you will be given the opportunity to undertake a programming task. This used to be assessed, but is no longer assessed. So I will give you a practical programming task, and you will have the chance to try to solve this large problem over a period of time. Think of it as coursework that doesn't get marked and you won't go too far wrong. Okay. The other side of that is the BTEC course content. So component 1 for the BTEC, which if you think about each component being basically a year, you won't go too far wrong, barring any more global pandemics. Component 1 is exploring user interface design. If you look at that, we're looking at interface design for individuals and organizations, looking at project planning techniques to plan and design our own interface, and then we're looking at developing and reviewing a user interface. Now that's 1 year, so these are not small areas, and you'll be doing coursework a lot of the way through this, okay, for component 1. Component 2, collecting, presenting and interpreting data, investigating the role and impact of using data, creating a dashboard using data manipulation tools, and then drawing conclusions and reviewing your data presentation methods. So again, investigation, which is basically a large report. You're actually doing some practical and you're then evaluating the success of that practical. Again, all coursework based. Then component 3 is the exam-based component, and it's on modern technologies, cybersecurity, the wider implications of digital systems, and planning and communication in digital systems. Okay, that would most likely be done in year 11. We will touch on some of that in year 9 and 10 as well, but mostly in year 11. That's the course content for both courses. Okay, let's have a little peek at the assessment then, just to clarify. The 2 sections that I said it fell into, section 1, section 2, are basically the 2 papers. The first paper would be 1 hour and 30 minutes with 50% of the total GCSE. It's worth 80 marks, okay? So one big scary exam for the whole of that section, and then another big scary exam for the whole of the other section. 1 hour and 30 minutes, 50% of the GCSE. None of this is coming from coursework. It's all from the exam at the end of year 11, much like many of your other subjects, but something to bear in mind, okay? And again, as it says at the top, it's the OCR GCSE Computer Science. Feel free to look it up online and see what's on there. You come and see me, I can give you access to various different revision books and things like that, so you can see the sort of content. The BTEC component 1 is an internal assessment, 3 assignment briefs, learning aim A, B and C, which I've just talked through. It's internally assessed, externally verified, so somebody else moderates it, somebody else checks what I've said, and it's all coursework. So the whole of year 9 coursework. Component 2, internal assessment, externally verified, so again, my assessment is checked, and then 3 assignment briefs, all coursework. And then component 3, done in year 11. It's synoptic, so it includes some of the stuff done in component 1 and in component 2, but then a lot of extra content that will be learned in year 11, and it's a 1 hour and 30 minute exam in year 11. So I'm afraid you don't get out of the exam either way, but most of the percentage of this qualification is taken from the 2 pieces of coursework that you do, okay? What can you do with these sorts of qualifications after Hodgson? There's various different vocational qualifications that are linked to computer science. They don't have to be computer science. Construction, potentially, electrical engineering, applied science, computer science. There's plenty of BTEC options in that, MVQs, SVQs, various vocational qualifications, computer programming, computer data engineering, IT. There are lots of different hands-on vocational quals after GCSE using IT and computer science. Apprenticeships, various different apprenticeships, again, offering the more practical hands-on route, okay? Software developers, IT technicians, things like web developers or sound technicians, lots and lots and lots of things that could link to IT or computer science, either option. The academic subjects such as A-levels, this is going to be more likely coming through the computer science route. There are still some A-levels that sort of deal with IT, but the official IT A-levels are no longer offered in most places. You can study computer science, computing, applied ICT. I don't think still continues as an A-level in most of England. I don't think you'd struggle to find that one. But there are other obviously related subjects like engineering or electronics. A lot of my computer science subjects, computer science students at A level used to study physics, maths or further maths. Yeah, there are a lot of options there, but this is the route I would imagine coming through GCSE Computer Science. Those coming through from a BTEC IT wouldn't necessarily be preparing themselves for an A-level in computer science. Okay, it could be done, but it would be difficult. Career options, there's almost no job sector that doesn't relate to IT and computer science. As it says on there, films, government, retail, cybersecurity, gaming, research, medicine, marketing. There's nothing that you're unable to do. Okay, it really just depends on what you're interested in, how specific you want to get. And that's it. That's the end of the video for BTEC, DIT and computer science. Obviously, you've probably got more questions. I've tried to make this video mercifully brief, but I'm still looking at about 11 minutes now. So I will stop for the moment, give some of you the chance to wake up again. If you've got any questions about computer science or BTEC DIT, you can email me, Mr. Hunbatch, and I will attempt to answer them. If you catch me wandering around school and I've got a minute, I'll be happy to answer them as well. Just, yeah, please let me know, because if you get on the wrong one of these courses, you'll be really disappointed. Okay? So have a look through again, go through at your own speed, look at the information, and then if you've got any more questions, options evening or drop me an email. Okay, thanks a lot for listening, guys. Apart from you lot who are being made to watch it in form time because you've got no choice. The rest of you, thank you. Goodbye.